I crossed state lines for this. But also, I was coming here anyways. We're in Wisconsin. Oshkosh, Wisconsin to be in fact. Oshkosh, Wisconsin in fact. On today's episode of Never Have I Ever, this is where I go to restaurants, fast food chains. I try the things that I've never bothered to try, don't think I would like. Or like today, we're doing something I love. Coffee. Frequent coffee go-getterer. That's me. Today you can tell by the title, but we're doing a coffee house chain that you've never heard of. They have 800 locations and I've never heard of them. And they're centered like kind of around me. We're doing Scooter's Coffee. Now if you're sitting on your couch and you're like, oh, hey, that's my favorite coffee place. I know about that place. I go there all the time. In that case, this video is dedicated to you. I know they have a Scooter's Coffee in town. I didn't know it was over here. I thought this coffee house was over there, but it took me to a whole different part of town. So we're going to give them a try today. I always like to start it with some fun facts that I found out about the company. And they're, somewhat relatively small compared to a lot of the big hitter chains that we've done. So let's go over it. I knew when I saw their website and their About Us page that I had to do an episode on them because they just laid it out perfectly with all the facts, the highlights. You get me. You get what I'm doing here. Easy research. Now, Scooter's Coffee is an American coffee house chain. It's established in 1998 by Don and Linda Eccles. And if you kind of look at a picture of them, these two people look like they would be married. These people look like a couple. You guys look like you've been hooting and hollering and hanging out for years. Like the two puzzle pieces of your life seem to match up pretty good. You're not a corner piece and he's the center and you're jamming them together. No. I tried to look up what they did before owning a coffee house chain. Like why get into that business? I guess besides them liking coffee, look at this man walking behind me. He got a coffee. I guess Don was like driving down the road one time and he saw someone like constructing a coffee house or painting it or doing something. And he asked the guy, he's like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm making a coffee house. And Don's like, I'm also going to do that. You're like, oh, okay. Apparently, Don used to be a radio DJ in Anchorage, Alaska at one point of his life, which is pretty interesting. In 1980, he did the Iditarod race, which is crazy. He never finished it because I think he kind of went in like unprepared. He just saw people doing it and thought it was like an amazing thing. So he tried to do it and he found out like how hard it was. But he was 24 with 2 kids at the time. And he's like, see everybody, I'm going to go do the Iditarod race with my sled dog team. You're like, Dad, weren't you just on the radio yesterday? Oh, okay. You want a cup of coffee for the road? And then in 18 years, we'll start our own coffee business. Interesting life. I'm trying to keep the sun out of my face. Okay, so the first of their drive-through coffee houses was constructed in Bellevue, Nebraska. So of course they have the most there. It just makes sense. At the beginning, it was known as Scooter's Java Express. A little bit of a mouthful. Scooter's Java Express. Scuba's Java Express. Java Express Scooter. I'm sure people were just calling it Scooters back then. But I was trying to figure out, how do you come up with the name Scooters? Scooters! I'm going to go to Scoots. I'm going to scoot on over to Scoots. Apparently, they just looked at like a list of names, and that's the one that stuck out to them. I didn't know when you started a business, someone just hands you a piece of paper with a bunch of business names on them, and you just get to decide which one you like the best. I didn't know there was a thing. Basically, they were like, we're going to call it Scooters because we want people to scoot in and out. It's coffee on the go, which is really pretty much what every drive-through coffee place is. Scoot in and scoot out reminds me of like when you have to sit in like a booth table at a restaurant. You gotta like scoot into the booth. You're like, I have to go to the bathroom. Can you scoot out? Okay, I'm gonna scoot in on after you. And like you've been sitting there so long that like the back of your thighs are sticking to the booth, and you get that like peeling off noise. That's what that reminds me of. Scoot in and scoot out. I think in this part of the story, they should have just lied. They should have come up with like a wacky name why they called it Scooters. Maybe they had a dog named Scoot, or maybe like they loved like disco. Boot, scoot, and boogie. They could have met at a line dancing bar, and they were doing the boot, scoot, and boogie. She could have been like a scooter world champion, and then they met at one of her competitions. I don't know. Okay, their values for their company, of course, their About page had like values on it. They said that they have high quality drinks, speed of service, and then the big smile. And then their motto is amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Okay, should I time them? I feel like they're really big on like the speed because they somehow scooped up at Scooters some execs that worked at some other major chains. The current CEO as of 2022, his name's Joe. He's worked at Jamba Juice, Blockbuster, and Starbucks, like a huge rival coffee chain. Their VP of marketing, his name's Mitch. He worked at Applebee's, Popeyes, and Long John Silver's. I'm glad he didn't bring any of that Long John Silver's fast food fish over here. We put fish oil in the coffee. I'm like, oh my god, no. It says like they put smiley stickers on the cups. Linda Eccles, she used to put smiley stickers on the cups, like on every single one of them back in like 1998 because like the big smiles and friendly service. Their logos over the years have been wildly different, like ba 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 ba. Okay, so they have 800 locations in 33 states, and they're very much much like in the Midwestern, Southern, like third, if you split up the U.S., boom, boom, into like threes. So the Scooters coffee places are either coffee houses or kiosks, which a coffee house is like, I guess you could walk in, and the kiosk is like literally, like it's a very small operation. I think it said it takes like 8 people to run it. I think this one's a coffee house because I saw that one guy walk in and it's way bigger than I thought it was. Oh, I can see the menu from here. The menu looks huge and colorful. Okay, getting distracted. I think the kiosks look like storage units to me a little bit. Like it looks just like the siding, whatever that is. Chapel Roan, the singer, she worked at a Scooters, and specifically she said a kiosk. The menu, when you look at it, their menu reminds me of Caribou Coffee. The websites give me very much the same vibe. I feel like Dunkin' and Starbucks have like this own way of presenting drinks. The Caramelicious is their signature drink here. They even like trademarked it or copyrighted it. Caramelicious. So I'm gonna get one today. And also they're big here on like, when I was looking at their menu items, it was like you can get any type of drink they have and you can get it hot, iced, or frozen. You decide what kind of flavor you want, and then you decide on like what vehicle it rides in, what temperature you want it at. You want it heist? You want it hot, iced, or like blended chunky ice, like a frappuccino, like a slushy sort of thing. And then I wrote at the very bottom, I said, because sometimes I write my experience with the places we go, I said, I've been here once, don't remember it. Which is not true. I don't think I've ever been here.
Hi, welcome to Scooters.
I'm a hot of the Caramelicious, the maple bourbon, energy fusion omelet bites. Okay, my timer says 7 minutes and 40 seconds, but I had to cross the street. It probably took like 5 minutes. That was like the most awkward, weirdest interaction I've had in a long time. That was so... I pull up. There was only one person behind me when I ordered. So then I'm like sitting there, she uses the card. And then on their menu, on top of the speaker, it said they had a mystery drink. Let me ask her about that. Can I ask you a quick question? How does the mystery drink work? I've never seen anybody do that.
The mystery drink, so we make a blended drink.
Oh, really?
Like with a mystery ingredient.
Okay.
In it. And like on the cup, there's a little QR code that you can scan, and you can guess what the ingredient is.
Someone honks behind us. Now I look up and there's like 3 cars in line. It did not sound like a lay on your horn honk. It was like, it could have been like someone like locking their car honk. It could have been someone on the street. It was a quick like, bop. Okay, I like that. That's smart. Yeah, I've never seen anybody do that. I thought maybe it's like, you know, when people go to Starbucks and they're like, just make me what you like. I thought maybe it was that. And then she just like looks up in the distance, almost like a dog with like a squirrel. And she looked back at me and just like stopped talking. And then I pull up my sunglasses. I'm like, yeah, that's just cool because I've never heard of that. You know, when people go to Starbucks and they're like, just make me what you like. I thought maybe it was that. But yeah. And then we both just look at each other. And then she just goes back into the window. What was that? What was that? Whatever she was looking, I also turned around and looked. Because I was like, I thought she was going to make a comment like, who the hell's honking? I would have been, oh yeah, sorry for the big order, my bad. Like they're probably just mad because it's taken like a hot minute. But she didn't say anything. She tapped out of the conversation and I just had to sit there awkwardly. Oh. I've never had someone like make a break in the conversation so abruptly and then just continue to look at me but not say anything. I had to sit there for another 2.5 minutes away from my drinks. And then like there's like cars piling up behind me. And you can tell she's like getting frazzled and getting nervous because now there's a line. But then she went back in and like waited a second. She answered the headset again and she's like, sorry about that. She's like, what can I get for you? And I'm like, they wear these headsets that like it dings in your, we wear the same ones at the dog daycare. They ding in your ear when someone's sitting there. Maybe she looked up and saw that someone, because there's 2 drive-thrus. Maybe someone was sitting in the mobile one and she like didn't get to them fast enough. But so then I don't know if it was a combination of all of it. Someone honked, she looked up, she's like, wait, what's that? I'm talking to her. I must have finished my sentence. Maybe she didn't catch what I was saying. And then was like, go back. Oh, hi. Blah, blah. It was awkward all around. It like, she got like, boom, sucked out of customer service mode and was like in panic. What? Excuse me. What? Deer in the headlights look. And then went back into customer service.
Here you are.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Have a good one.
Great day.
Thank you. It's totally fine. I apologize. I never want to relive that. Okay, let's try first because I have it sitting right here. It is a pretty cute cup. I like the yellow and I like the red lid. That's fun. Usually that's like a Christmassy thing. Maybe that's their thing all year round. I did think that their colors were just red, black, and white, but I like this yellow thing going on. Makes me think it's like the sun and we're waking up and we're getting stuff done. They also put like an actual sticker on the top of the lid. That's cute. I could see people like saving these. They're on all of them actually. Very cute. Okay, this is the Caramelicious. I got it hot. I tried to get a hot and iced, a smoothie, and then when they have their own line of energy drinks. Okay, the long awaited. Sorry, I was rambling. It's pretty good. Oh my gosh. A little Caramelicious moment. I'm sure it's just like a caramel hot coffee. Whenever you watch a Lifetime movie and you'd be seeing those actors in there getting coffee on the go, this is like the type of coffee I think they would be drinking. And they're walking around with those fake filled cups, the actors, and they're like, oh my gosh, Susan, I didn't know you were coming back to the hometown for Christmas. I've got this great guy. He owns a farm and, you know, he lost his wife a couple years back. I think he'd make a great guy for you. when they go and get coffee and they're doing a walk and talk and the cups are actually empty, but this is like the type of coffee I envision them drinking, a little caramelicious. This is very good. The base of the coffee is great. And this isn't extremely hot. This is perfectly sippable, and I've only had it for like 5 minutes. I really like that. I'm a fan. I haven't had a hot coffee in a hot minute, and that's pretty good. That'll do it. I'll do that all day. Right now they have like autumn flavors. Here, this next one we can try. This is their iced latte. It's a maple bourbon. I think that's like an autumnish flavor. I'm sure a second ago the foam was more up here. Let's try this. Okay. But it's on the outside of this. Why is it so sticky? Is this caramel? Oh, this must have been the caramel from the smoothie one. I think there's only one person, maybe two back there making all these, because I could hear them like slamming the blenders around. It's very bland. There's like an aftertaste of maple and I guess like this bourbon flavor. Yeah. Okay, maybe this is the type of place. I think when me and Allie did the Caribou Coffee episode, I think I liked the hot versions of the Caribou Coffee. Maybe like these are the type of chains I like their coffee hot. I don't think it would be the flavor of bourbon that makes it taste dull. It tastes very like milky in a way that's like thick on the tongue. The milk's not bad, but it's like... This also tastes like maybe it's whole milk, and that's going to mess up my stomach later. I think for some reason whole milk really doesn't sit well with me. So I've been trying to... I wasn't going to make any special requests about the milk to these people, but maybe she made that one last, and she was like, okay, I don't know why she's ordering 4 drinks. Like, who the hell comes here and goes, this is my first time here. Let me order 4 drinks. That's not how it works. We live in a society... But I really don't like the maple bourbon. Oh, I love this. It says taste the love on it. Taste the love! I saw that they had a bacon and Gouda egg bite, which also reminds me of the Caribou Coffee episode. And I think about those egg bites probably once a week. No joke. Look at these. Can I see this? Why does one look like perfectly baked and this other one look like... You know when you sit in a car with a bunch of people and someone like sits in the middle and they get like jammed up and they're like sitting like this? That's what looks like this happened to this egg bite. Like it just got jammed up in here. Let's try these. These are solid. I usually only eat eggs in the form of scrambled, but my goodness, these little egg bite things, every time I get them, they grow on me. I'm thinking they're supposed to be like chunks of cooked bacon, but this more looks like slices of chunked ham. Not bad. Those are like light, fluffy, not overdone. My God, if you've never tried egg bites and you see them at a coffee place, try them sometime. You might like, I didn't think I was ever gonna like egg bites or whatever these are. They're so solid. These could use like a little bit of melted cheese or something. Maybe like a little sriracha mayo dipping sauce. Oh my God, that would really seal the deal. But these are good and easily consumable when on the go. We're 2 for 2 on the Never Have I Ever egg bites. And you can't say the same for the fast food fish we've tried on this series. My goodness. Okay, let's loop back to this drink. So another one of their autumn flavors is they have a caramel apple. So I got like a caramel apple smoothie. This is an interesting looking one. You can tell it's like a lot of the caramels on the bottom. When you think of smoothie, I'm thinking of the consistency of like a fruit smoothie. But this looks pretty light. Let me take a picture. Where's my phone? Oh, on top of my backpack. I don't know if that's caramel sauce, but it's on the bottom. And the drink itself is pretty light for like a caramel apple green. So I don't know if a lot of it is air. And surprisingly, this one has no caramel sauce on the outside, but it's all in there. Ooh, that's a fantastic. Tastes more milkshakey than smoothie, which I think with the flavor caramel apple, it would have to be. It's not sour, but it definitely has like a Granny Smith, very strong apple feel. Oh my gosh. That's pretty decent. That's like, they could have easily gone with like a really fake apple, green apple type of taste, but they kind of nailed it. Like they did a good job sourcing this apple flavor. I don't know if it's actually apples. I don't think they're blending apples into a smoothie. That's not what I'm getting from this. It would be like an apple syrup. This is not you going into work, get your morning drink thing. This is like a dessert. Even the caramel sauce on the bottom, it's not like a thick caramel drizzle. It's like a thin caramel sauce because it's, yeah, what kind of caramel is that? It's very like a loose caramel in a good sense. Very drinkable caramel and still very tasty. Oh, they nailed this one. They can work on the color a little bit. Your eyes eat before your mouth does. It looks like it's all foam. It looks like it wouldn't have a lot of flavor. That's a surprising little underdog of a drink. That's not bad. Last, but we're hoping not least, look at this. See, now look at the color on this one compared. That's a neon little drink. The Scoots Energy Fusion, whatever sort of drinks. I wanted to get one called like Smash It All Up or take something. Have I had a fucking egg bite in my tooth this whole time? Oh my, I apologize. I've had just a chunk of an egg bite in my tooth that whole review. Ignore that. I might have to blur my own face out. My goodness. Anybody can tell me? Anybody can tell me? I wanted to get, it was a drink called a What a Blast. Scoot Energy Fusion. What a blast. Sounds like I'm ordering off a secret menu. She's like, we don't have that. So she told me the flavors were like coconut, blue raspberry. You could get the caramel apple flavoring in this. That might have been good, but I got the blue raspberry. Looks more like a sea green. I think there should be a crap ton more ice in this. It's really only here. That's me personally. Okay, yeah, it's like a blue raspberry, almost like a kiwi. Blue raspberry kiwi type of thing. They have such interesting takes on that's like such a weird blue raspberry. They've really been fusing them flavors together in that fusion. Tastes a lot like just like a liquefied candy. Like it's a lot. I would like a little more like a fizziness, or I don't know if they mix these with like a soda water or whatever. I would like a little bit more of that in there to balance out like the syrupy flavors, because it's pretty concentrated, but it's not bad. Okay, that'll do it. What a weird episode. If I had a Scooter's coffee around me, I would probably put it into my regular rotation. Let me say that. They got a big enough menu. I think they change it by the seasons. I would definitely try that mystery drink one time. I wouldn't order 4 at a time. Learned my lesson. Learned my awkward lesson. I got it. Message received. Also, when she took someone else's order, she said they could scoot on up. Scoot on ahead. I thought that was really cute. I don't know if she said it to me. I blacked out. The hot coffee is a go. If you ever go there and want to try something simple, get the Caramelicious. I would avoid the maple bourbon latte. Maybe avoid all the iced lattes. Not my favorite. Very watered down. Not a lot of flavor. But yeah, this was a fun episode. Definitely something different. Got to try a new coffee chain. Got to try a variety of stuff where I'm like, I know the hits and the misses. And oh my god, to get the Bagouda, the bacon Gouda, the Bagouda. Get the Bagouda egg bites. The Bagouda bagites. The Bagouda bagites. That would be a great name. The Bagouda bagites. The bacon and Gouda egg bites. Oh, the Bagouda bagites. Sounds Italian. Bagouda bagites. Some of this coffee's kicking it. Bagouda bagites. The Bagouda bagites. I just keep saying it. This is such a good flavor. That's a winner. Let me get a pack of those Bagouda bagites. I always think it's also interesting that I'll order food from a place, but I will not eat it in their parking lot. Most of the time I skedaddle on off somewhere where there's not direct sunlight in my face, but also like I don't try the things at the location of where I got them. I need a little bit of separation. I don't want a worker looking through the bushes being like, she's trying the egg bites. I'm like, my goodness. And she's got part of it in her teeth. Oh, I don't need them rapping on the window. You got to scoot on out of our parking lot. From now on, I think I'm going to start telling you. I'm going to try and remember to start telling you or put it in the description. Here's the location of what we're trying, but here's actually where I tried it. Today we're in a Perkins restaurant and bakery parking lot. It was right across the street, so that's fun. Someone calls me up. Oh, I'm just sitting in the Perkins parking lot trying my Bagouda bagites. They're like, oh, I think the line's breaking up. What? Perkin Bagoo? Are you okay? Oh, like, subscribe, comment down below if you've ever had scooters. Completely forgot about this part. Comment down below if you ever had scooters. Ever heard of it? Might go there. If you also had an awkward drive-thru experience, that's fine. You can tell me about it. This is a support group. You can tell me about it in the comments. Tell me where I should go next in the comments. Another coffee house chain I have to try. If you say the two that I'm thinking of, Tim Hortons and what's that other one? Something. They're on my list. I haven't seen one. Otherwise, I would pull over. I would stop a road trip. I would, yank the steering wheel out of somebody else's hand and pull into the parking lot, whip out my camera, and start ordering things off the menu dilly-dally style, okay? Until next time, my little Bagouda bagites. It's called the Grandma Nut. That's their Christmas flavors, okay? Grandma always gets it rough on holidays. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Walking home from Scooter's Christmas Eve. The Bagouda bagites. No. What is that flavor? 2 creams, 1 sugar, splash of honey. A little bit of salt in mine, please. Looky. That's not a cookie. They really went all out with their theme. I'll just put in a picture, actually. That's called getting on top of the trends. Girl Skookie. The Girl Scout cookie flavors. It's pretty, watery. What's the green stuff? Not basil. Spinach? Is that what I'm talking about?